Indian security forces have assaulted civilians and during search operation, torture, and similarly executed detainees in custody and murdered civilians in reprisal attacks. Rape most often occur during the crackdown, cordon and search operation, during which men are held for their identification in parks or schoolyards while security forces search their homes. In these situations, the security forces frequently engage in a collective punishment against the civilian population, most frequently by beating or otherwise assaulting as a resident and burning their homes. Rape is used as a means of targeting women whom the security forces accused of being militant sympathizer is in raping them, and the security forces are attempting to punish and humiliate the entire communities. The allegation of the mass rape incident as well as forced disappearance are reflected in Kashmir, short documentary film by the independent Kashmir filmmaker The Ocean of Tears, produced by the non-governmental non-profit organization called the Public Service Broadcasting Trust of India and approved by the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting India. The film depicted mass rape incident in Punan, Pushpura and Sopian as facts and illegals that Indian security forces were responsible. Medicine Sans Frontiers conducted a research survey in 2005 that found 11.6% of interviewees who took part had been victims of the sexual abuse since 1989. This imperial study found that the witnesses to rape in Kashmir was comparatively far higher than the other conflict zones such as Sierra Leone and Sri Lanka. 63% of the people had heard of the rape and 30% of the people had witnesses a rape. Dr. Seema Kazi holds the security forces more responsible for raping them than militant due to the rape by the former being larger in scale and frequency. In areas of militant activities, the security forces use rape to destroy morale of Kashmiri resistance. Dr. Seema Kazi says these rapes cannot be ignored as a rare occurrence, nor should be ignored to the documented acknowledgement of the individual soldiers that they were ordered to rape. Kazi explained rape in Kashmir as a cultural weapon of war. In the particular context of Kashmiris, where ethnic Muslims, which minority population, is subjected to the repressive dominance of the predominantly Hindu state, the sexual oppression of the Kashmiri women by the state security forces exploits and cultural logic of the rape, whereby the sexual dishonor of our individual woman is conterminous with the subjection and subordination of the Kashmiri men and the community of the at large. Former Chief Justice of the Jammu and Kashmir High Court noted in his report on human rights in Kashmir, it is hard to escape the conclusion that the security forces, who are overwhelming Hindus and Sikhs, see it as their duty to beat an alien population into submission. Some surveys have found that the Kashmiri region itself, where the bulk of the separatist and Indian military activities is concentrated, popular perception holds that the Indian Army forces are more to blame for human rights violations than the separatist group. Amnesty International criticized the military regarding an incident on 22 April 1996 when several armed forces personnel forcibly entered the house of 32-year-old woman in the village of Wausa in the Rangrat district of Jammu Kashmir. They reportedly molested her and 12-year-old daughter and raped her other three daughters and aged 14, 16 and 18. When another woman attempted to prevent the soldiers from attacking her two daughters, she was beaten, and soldier reportedly told her 17-year-old daughter to remove her clothes so that they could check whether she was hiding a gun. They molested her before leaving the house.